shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
This team is not old. They're 13-4 going into their showdown with the first-place Lakers tonight. Denver is 2.5 games back of first, but Nuggets coach Mike Malones sees the gap between the teams as much wider. Are you ready for some coach speak here, guys? Here's some coach speak. Mike Malone says the Lakers are, quote, on a whole other level. Brian, what is your reaction?
The Nuggets are like the best team in the NBA at home for like the last 25 years. If they win, it'll be a miracle, right? I don't know how it'll ever.
We need like a term for what's like anti-bulletin board material, where you're trying to butter the other team up, whatever that is.
If we get within 15, we'll have done a great job.
It's going to be amazing.
Coach's speak is this. I'm going to give you guys his quote for.
Okay, real talk. Give us the real talk.
If they win, after this statement, if they win or if they lose, they'll be like, look, I told our guys this is a great team and blah, blah, we got a long way to go and do this. That's a great team over there. Lower the expectations. Yeah. If they win, it'll be like, hey, look, that's a great team over there. They're going to be right there at the end. And really and truly, like, we took a step in the right direction towards getting there. We're not quite there yet, but today was a step in the right direction.
I am excited for this game. I mean, this is really, despite what Mike is saying, two of the best teams.
The Nuggets have been the best defense in the league thus far. Mm-hmm. And, the real difference between these two teams is the Lakers have these incredible offensive weapons, and the Nuggets...
The difference between the Lakers and the Nuggets been together so long that their chemistry is way better. Lakers' chemistry got better through the season. They still trying to figure out things, even though they're 17-3. You can see the chemistry coming along with this team. Everyone know how to play off of each other now. And that's why this team is sitting at the top of the West with Denver. And Denver, always their chemistry, because these players been together like 3-4 years. So they know what this player can do, what this player can do. So they know each other's tendencies. So that chemistry is way experienced together, and they know what to do as a team. Lakers, they know what to do as a team as well. I'm not saying they don't. They still figure out things, still. The record is different, how I'm talking, but it's just like, it still is a chemistry difference. Because they've ever been together longer. But you can see the Lakers' chemistry is coming together as the season go on.
Tend to win with a committee on offense. But I'm a little bit worried about the Lakers because we all know their schedule is getting tough. We've known that for months. Their defense, which was elite the first 3-4 weeks of the season, has slipped a little bit. Mm-hmm. And it really kind of dates back to when Avery Bradley got hurt. Mm-hmm. But if you look at where they've been the last 6 games, when they were 12-2, they got to 12-2 because of that ranking. That's just a little slippage, and they need to tighten it up. And Frank Vogel just won Coach of the Month. He is a defensive coach, but the hard work that a coach must do is to tighten the screws to get them back to that.
They gonna have a little slippage. They still had to come together as a team. They haven't been together so many years. This is the first year as this team got put together. They still got to learn a lot of things about each other as the season go on. It's not just going to be, we know how each other play now. We can go out here and beat everybody. It's not going to be like that. They still learning everything about each other. They still trying to play off of one another. Still learning about what they can do together. The defense is going to slip a little bit because it's still some little issues that you probably ain't seeing because the two good players are making it look different. But it's still a figure out for them.
Because this week, you just talked about their game on Friday.
Right.
Tonight in Denver, tomorrow in Utah, who's reeling, Friday in Portland, which is a tough place to play. They don't play more elite defense this week. It's going to be a long week for them. And that's a trend that needs to be addressed.
I mean, this game tonight, I think, is going to be the toughest.
For sure.
Schedule-wise, it looks like. You played with LeBron for a while. Obviously, the defense we saw him at the start of the season was something, frankly, we hadn't seen in a number of years. I mean, the film is the film, and he told us all he rededicated himself. Is this something he can keep up? When Brian's saying it's dropped off, like, is it something he can keep up the whole season and be great in the playoffs? Does he need to take a week or two of not being exceptional to be good in the playoffs?
Yes, because playing defense is one of the most grueling things that you can do on your body, right? But you break it up in segments, right? First 20 games, then, after the first of the year, then after All-Star break. So there's going to be ups and downs in their defensive efficiency, but ultimately, they got to this spot, then maybe first of the year, they'll start to pick it up. Okay, after All-Star break. A lot of it is establishing your rules and what you need. They know that they can be a number 1 or a top 5 defense. Now they're going to have some downs. They're going to have a tough schedule. They're going to have injuries, like you said, Avery Bradley. But ultimately, they know.
Everyone going to go through that through the season. Any team is going to have them injuries, the times they don't play like they normally play. They got some nights they off. And probably figure out a way to win, or if they lose a night, it happens. Lakers ain't the only team that had injury problems. Avery Bradley's one of their good defenders. That's why you see the defense is not how it is. The problem they having is getting back in transition, so everyone could get transition points off of them because they don't get back as a team. Once they get that established, Lakers defense will be right back at what it was.
What their principles are and what they can accomplish. So they're going to be up and down. I think the rest of the way. They're going to have 10-game stretches where they're 2. Then they're going to have 10-game stretches where they're 19. But ultimately, they know when it's time to lock in, come postseason, last 10 games, they're going to be one of the best defensive teams in the league.
And they know now that they can do it.
Yes.
So, and that's something that, frankly, going into the season, there wasn't a ton of indications. Oh my God, this is going to be the best defensive team in the league. Sometimes the guys themselves have to know that.
And when you have a brand new coach and a brand new system and a bunch of brand new players, and you establish yourself in the first 15, 20 games that we are elite defense.
Everyone is new. Only one that was still there is McGee, LeBron, Kuzma, Caldwell Pope, and Caruso. They know. They got kind of a chemistry together. No, they got chemistry together. Everyone else got to get their chemistry good with them. They know what each other could do. The other player is still trying to figure out one another. That's how it goes. They know when it's time to lock down and get ready to make this run. They gonna figure out as this season go on.
Okay, we know what we can do.
Yep, absolutely. I do want to talk about Kyle Kuzma, though, because out a little bit with the injury. Come back. He scored 5 points or fewer 4 times in the past 2 weeks, most recently scoring 4 on 1 of 8 shooting on Sunday, and the Lakers lost to the Mavs. Richard, is this a phase? Do you think it is a bigger picture fit issue? What do you think?
Well, I think for Kyle Kuzma, when you're trying to win a championship and you're on that caliber team, everyone sacrifices. Like, you go 1 for 8. If you're on a lesser team, you might be able to get yourself going in the fourth quarter. But you're the 3rd best player on their team offensively, so you're going to get the 3rd most opportunities. But I think for Kyle Kuzma, a guy that missed a ton of time, you come back, and maybe there's some fatigue. Maybe it's like,
He been out for some time. He got injured in the beginning. He's still trying to get his legs under him. Once he get everything back how it was last year and get back going, he will. Injuries take some time for a player to get themselves back into their form, what they once was. This the injury play a part. He gonna have some nights that he's not on. He gonna have some nights he is. It's gonna be up and down till he's back to himself.
Played really that much in months. You come back in the middle of the season, you have a burst, and then all of a sudden you start to get a little fatigued. But he'll get it back going.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was thinking more about the eye injury, which was more recent, but your point about hitting that wall after
the legs and not having your legs underneath you.
The person who seems to be worried about the fit is Frank Vogel. And the reason is he's only playing 22 minutes a game. Mm-hmm. He has 11 minutes less than he did last year. Now, granted, their team's been gone under a major change, especially at the forward spot.
You got Anthony Davis.
I'm expecting he's averaging 6 fewer shots, which I understand. But the only 22 minutes leads me to believe that Frank Vogel isn't confident with some of the more elite lineups that he's got out there with him. And so he's got to convince his coach that he can fill the role enough to get some more minutes, because his statistics being down to me, it's more of a function of just straight availability. And granted, as you mentioned, he's coming back from that foot injury. You're going to watch his minutes coming up. But again, he's now been back for 16 games, and his minutes have not risen.
Frank is trying to make sure Kyle Kuzma is ready to go. He don't want to have him get longer minutes, and he really just came back for real. He want to have him ready to go, not tire him out. He still got to get a basketball shape. It's different when you practice. It's different in the game. He trying to get him in that basketball form so he could be able to help this team take that next step that they want to do.
So really, they do need him to be a functioning third weapon, but that is not how Frank Vogel is playing him.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, we'll keep an eye on that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis,